What's going on, guys? Hyena here for a new video today, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Caveira, which is from the third wave of DLC operators. If you want to see Capital, I'll leave a link to that video in the description. Feel free to check it out, and let's get straight into the video. So Caveira, this character is a sneaky, silent character which is used mainly for roaming. This character has 1 bar health and 3 bar speed, which is incredible for roaming, seeing as you can run to the other side of the map within seconds. If you're going to pick Caveira, you need to have a good understanding of the map, so that you know where different hatches are to sneak upon your enemy. As well as, I've been seeing a lot of players using Pulse to roam around with Caveira, which is a pretty good idea, seeing as if the Caveira player doesn't have good enough headset to hear the enemies approach them, then Pulse can give them the information on where the enemy is. So Caveira has an M12 submachine gun, which sounds like a paintball gun when firing, but I really dislike this gun, seeing as it only has 36 damage, and this is pretty much the weakest primary weapon on the game. But anyway, on this weapon you can get the red dot and reflex. I prefer using the reflex, but hopefully they'll start introducing the holographic or the ACOG in the future for the M12. Meanwhile, the M12 has 2 barrels, the suppressor and the flash hider. If you like this weapon, I suggest using the suppressor. This way, when you're firing, the enemy won't know where you're shooting from, unless you're in an obvious spot, of course. Just like every other gun in the game, the laser sight is an attachment for this weapon. If you want to have better hit fire, feel free and attach it, but personally, I won't have it on because it just gives my position away, and you can see the laser from far. There's just no point in using it. For the M12, there is 3 decent camos: the Ciefador, the Corkling, and the Brazil. My favourite one out of the 3 is the Ciefador because of the silver paint on the back of the gun, which looks incredible. So for the other primary weapon Caveira has is the Spaz 15, which is a semi-automatic that has a recoil of a pigeon. So this weapon deals 28 damage per bullet, but only has 6 bullets per magazine. There is 3 sights on this Spaz 15, and these are the red dot, the reflex, and the holographic, which I personally like. Meanwhile, the cameras on this weapon are pretty cool. They have the Ciefador, the Brazil, and my favourite out of the 3 is the toxic camo. This camo looks insane. It just looks like I don't know how to explain it. It just looks, it's incredible. Whoever made that camo, oh, I praise you. Literally, I love that camo so much. And finally, the last weapon, which I wouldn't even class as a secondary. This weapon is mostly used more than the M12 and the Spaz 15. If you haven't already guessed, it's the non-lethal illusion pistol, which deals 99 freaking damage. Like, what the fuck? Personally, when I like to roam around with Caveira, I prefer to use the pistol as a primary, but that's just me. You guys might have a different opinion when using the pistol or her different primaries. But anyway, this gun will down any enemy you shoot depending on the distance. I tested 3 distances with this weapon to see if the damage valued from how far I stood to the enemy. The first distance I tested was 1 meter, and this automatically downed the enemy, but for my instance it downed the hostage. After doing this, I went to 5 meters, and it took at least 3 bullets to down the enemy. And finally I tested 10 meters, and it took 6 freaking bullets. After testing all of this, you can now tell that this gun is mainly used for close quarter combat and can't handle long range shots. So if you ever moaned that Caveira's shitty pistol didn't do 99 damage, it might have been because of how far you was to your enemies. As well as, if you was to headshot any enemy with the pistol, it would be an instant death. Caveira has 2 gadgets, Nitrocell and barbed wire, which are both good when roaming, seeing as you can hear when an enemy is destroying or walking on top of barbed wire. But the Nitrocell will be used for sneaking upon shield characters or using the Nitrocell to escape into a different room. Meanwhile, Caveira has 4 different headgears out at the moment when making this video, and these are the normal default mask, the Ciefador, which I think I got from having the season pass. If you don't have the season pass, tell me in the comment section below, because I automatically got this, so I think you have to pay like at least 12k for it. I don't know, probably 15. The basic skull rain headgear you get, which I don't personally like, and finally a cool headgear for Caveira, which is the Brazil headgear. It's more like a Brazil face paint than a headgear. Just, I prefer to say headgear because that's the section that it's in. I might do a review on the Brazil headgear if another bundle comes out within the next couple of weeks. So on screen right now is Caveira's bio, which I think would be best if you read it instead of getting me to read it, because I'm not the best at reading. But anyway, this is some extended information telling us about Caveira's background. You can either pause the video right now or read it in game when you have the chance. But anyway guys, I hope this information helped you out when using Caveira, and if you haven't already, smash that like button. Go and smash it right now, but try not to smash it too much. And if you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.